It's finally here. Christopher Nolan has been holding Hollywood hostage. Whoa, alliteration. Nolan absolutely refused to release this movie on Amazon or Hulu or Netflix. He's hardcore. Go to the theaters and see my movie. Well, it's finally out. Is this movie worth going to the movie theater and instead of sitting on your couch like you have been? So this movie is written and directed by Christopher Nolan, who is very famous for very convoluted but also groundbreaking movies. Tenet is basically Inception mixed with Memento. I think this is what the plot is. John David Washington plays a CIA agent who does not have a name. They literally call him the protagonist. He discovers that people from the future found out a way to reverse time, and they use it for weapons, and he knows about it, and he tries to stop Kenneth Branagh, who has a terrible Russian accent, from ending the world and like preventing World War III, something like that. And Robert Pattinson is his buddy. I would say this is going to be a spoiler-free review, but I have absolutely no idea what I watched. I do not understand why Christopher Nolan refuses to do ADR. If he gets sound on set, he's like, we're sticking with that. I can't understand like 50% of this movie. This is a super convoluted plot that requires every ounce of your ability to pay attention to the giant screen in front of your face. They're mumbling words with a mask on, with this amazing score, super, super, super loud. You will not understand what they're saying. Fix your audio, dude. Like, people yelled at you for The Dark Knight Rises when you couldn't understand Bane, and he kind of fixed it. You said it's still kind of hard to understand him. Take that and multiply it. It was so frustrating, but it is very, very, very cool. It's awesome to look at. The action set pieces are, for the most part, great, aside from the climax. I'll get to that in a minute. This whole movie is worth it for the airport scene. It reminded me a lot of the best parts of Mission Impossible, where there's like a ridiculous scheme that they gotta pull off, and stuff happens, stuff goes wrong. It's awesome. Fun fact, you'll see them crash a 747 into a building. They actually did that, and Chris Nolan in interviews keeps saying that over and over again. It was cheaper to do it. It's cheaper to actually crash an airplane into a building than rather do it with computers. So that's cool, but not every action set piece is perfect. The climax of this movie, I don't know if this because I couldn't understand what was going on. It's a humongous, like, it's like 50 people shooting at this building, but you don't see who's shooting back at them. They never say who they're shooting at, what they're doing. Maybe they did and I missed it because I couldn't understand anything. The last 30 minutes, I was so lost. Like, even after thinking about it, like, at the end of the movie, I think I figured it out. I'm not sure. I think Chris Nolan just purposefully makes this ridiculously hard. I think I've said ridiculously 15 times now. Chris Nolan just makes it hard to understand not only the concepts, because we're talking about paradoxes on paradoxes, the concepts, but also it's physically hard to understand. And if you miss a line, which I've missed maybe half of this movie because I can't get it through my brain, you're gonna be lost. And it's super frustrating because this is the biggest movie to come out this year so far. And also, we're in the middle of a pandemic, and this is the first like big release to come out in major theaters since all this happened. It's just so frustrating. It was so frustrating. Not only is the story convoluted and frustrating, the performances are boring. John David Washington was so good in Black Klansman. He was charismatic and funny and can lead an entire movie. He's so dull. Okay, here's my impersonation of every character in Tenet. Also, wear your mask, everyone.
Wait, so you're telling me that this is going to be the end of the world? We're starting World War III, and because of that, there's paradoxes on top of paradoxes in this movie that we don't properly explain? You're gonna tell me that?
Wow. It's that the whole movie with loud music on top of the loud sound effects, and they're mumbling. I don't know what to say other than I need to watch this again. Not because it was great, but because I couldn't understand what was going on because I just couldn't hear them. Half of the puzzle of this movie is actually trying to understand what people are saying, and then you figure it out through context clues because you just gave up because you couldn't hear them. I don't think that's good filmmaking. That's just, you messed up and people are going to say, oh, I guess you're not smart enough to watch this movie. No, I couldn't hear it. However, again, it's pretty cool to watch. And also, the score is fantastic. The guy who won the Oscar for Black Panther, I am not going to attempt to pronounce his name. This score is amazing. It's the first Chris Nolan movie in a long time that Hans Zimmer didn't do it. I think this is better than Inception's score. Like, without a doubt, the best part of this movie is the music, which, guess what? You're going to get a lot of because it drowns out most of the dialogue, which maybe that was on purpose. It was Chris Nolan going, hey, this music's fantastic. Let's make it louder. Out of 10, Robert Pattinson's sprinting in reverse motion, even though he's going forward, but it's reverse in time. I don't know how to explain it. Chris Nolan kind of does. This is a 5.5. I wanted to love this movie so much, but I just couldn't get over the sound issues. It absolutely destroyed the experience for me. I'm sure it won't bother some people, but to add the sound problems on top of, this is an actual decision people have to make if they want to go out in a movie theater, put a mask on, go out into the movie theater instead of staying at home and watching movies like we have been for the past couple of months. This is the movie that Hollywood banked on, or I guess Chris Nolan held hostage. It's just not worth it. It's not worth it. My light just went off. Now I'm darker. There it goes. If you're able to watch this with subtitles, please do it. I'm sure you will enjoy it a lot more than I did. I would love to watch this movie again, but because of the subtitles, not because I want to experience everything again, even though the airport scene was super cool.